heavy metal, because, you know, around here, we don't have T's. Obviously, I'm partial to a bit of metal, and I'm sure you guys are partial to a bit of metal as well. One of the things that I love about metal is how diverse the genre is. A little bit of prog, a little bit of thrash, or a bit of power metal. So, I want to take you guys on a journey with me, and we're going to traverse the entire spectrum of the metal world and find the best band of every single metal genre. So, we've got thrash, death, black, rock,
Several beans later.
Okay, so we've got our genres, all 24 of them. So, criteria. We're going to choose 3 bands. 1 needs to be like a classic band. 2 needs to be a newer band. And 1 wildcard pick that we choose ourselves.
Before we go any further, I just want to let you know that I'm now offering a 7-day free trial for my online guitar school. Unlock the entire archive of super fun lessons, exercises, and content. Click the link in the description below to visit Bradley Hall's Guitar School and sign up today for free. So,
we're starting off with traditional. Out of any band, to be honest, Judas Priest really represent like that true sort of metal spirit, right? You know, they've got like the fucking leather and the BDSM gear, got the older... But then also, you know, you've got Iron Maiden, I don't know, like Run to the Hills and shit like that. Imagine, like, when this came out, people must have been like, bloody heavy that is, bloody hell. Oh. You know what? I'm going to make a decision and just put Aussie. Right, black metal. I would say black metal was probably the first sort of, like, extreme genre of metal that I got into. It hasn't aged very well, and it is a very rough around the edges genre, and is very, very corny. I don't know, that's got a certain charm about it. For me, there's one band that were head and shoulders above the other bands of the classic era. You got Mayhem, Bathory, Burzum, and honestly, most of these bands were pretty shit. Majority of these bands were fucking pants, man. Emperor, though. They were like the only band, I swear, that could actually play their instruments well and knew anything about music. You know, like, black metal has, like, you know, famously bad mixing and production. And has this awesome sort of, like, cavernous kind of, like, atmosphere to it. So, a newer band. I'm pretty sure I've checked out Batushka before. So we'll have Batushka here. Right, so number 3, wildcard pick. That beautiful guitar. So, like, fuck your neural DSP products. Just plug your guitar straight into your fucking oven. Oh, it's beautiful. If you want the, like, full classic OG black metal experience, Darkthrone is the one. Okay, from the most grim and frostbitten music to the most jolliest and jovial and uplifting power metal. If you have any weaponry, raise it high into the sky right now. So, classic band, Blind Guardian, Rhapsody, Helloween. The answer really depends on who you ask and if they're from Germany or not. I'm always more of a Rhapsody enjoyer myself. How fucking epic is that? Rhapsody invented this whole kind of like epic orchestral cinematic style of power metal. What the fuck is that? Alright, so I think we're gonna have to do 2 of these classic bands because I still want to stick a modern band in number 3. So, Helloween. I mean, it was kind of ahead of its time, I guess, right? It really does sound like power metal that comes out these days still, right? And this was like back in 1987. So, number 3, for a modern band, Galnerius. I fucking love that band. I think they deserve it. Galnerius are actually like a really solid sick band. All right, grind. I think we're going to like mix in both grindcore and death grind. There's no way that Napalm Death and Carcass aren't going on this list. Everyone knows this song, right? Oh. Classic album though. And of course, Carcass. So early on, they played like straight up grindcore. It went a little bit more accessible later, but damn. Fucking granddaddies of this style of music. For the 3rd spot, I think Cal Decap might be the way to go because this band is just like fucking phenomenal. The fact it's like actually kind of catchy as well. I don't know, it's really funny to me. Metalcore. Alright, classic metalcore band. Like the OG mid-2000s stuff. It's going to have to be Killswitch, isn't it? They're sort of like the biggest sort of like quintessential core band of that era, right? Can't really say no to a bit of Kill Switch. What about modern? I guess it would have to be like Architects, perhaps. Pretty huge band. Sounds like it's put together in like a boardroom of like executives. You think like, oh yes, this is probably what people want to hear in a metalcore song. Solid modern pick. So, for the wildcard pick, it's going to be a toss-up between As I Lay Dying and Ice Nine Kills. Or... They got it. As I Lay Dying, take it. All right, Doom. So the genre that is infamously slow, talking about recreational marijuana usage. There's two bands that are very, very obvious. Of course, the grandfathers of our good old metal itself, Sabbath. They're still probably the best doom metal band of all time, right? Gotta be Sabbath. Right, number 2, fucking easy pick as well. Candlemass, amazing riffs. Immense singing. You are bewitched. So, third spot would probably be Electric Wizard. This is sort of like the pinnacle of like really slow, heavy, stonery, psychedelic thing. I think Electric Wizard are by far the most sort of like acclaimed. Right, groove. This will be an interesting one. Of course, the granddaddies of groove metal. No contest. Pantera is going there. And I don't think any groove metal list would be complete without Lamb of God. The old redneck. Yeehaw. Oh, yeah. He has like one of the most distinctive voices as well in the genre, right? So for the third one, Gojira. I know they have a bit of crossover in their sound, a few different things going on. But to me, their sound is firmly rooted in like groove metal, right? It's all about like the groovy riffs. There we go. Deathcore. When you go to like classic OG deathcore, in my opinion, I still think this is like the best deathcore album ever made. It sounds so fucking huge. Oh. So I'm putting Suicide Silence down there for sure. Lorna Shore, I feel like, have had like a very, like a big impact on the scene, I feel. Yeah. I think Lorna Shore gets the vote there. I feel like Whitechapel getting a lot of votes. Oh, that grooves pretty hard. There we go then. Right, prog. 300 IQ time. So regardless of what you think of Dream Theater, they are the fucking OGs. So for the next one, it's going to have to be Opeth, isn't it? They're such an institution. Just pumping out great album after great album. So for the third slot, you also have Haken.
The cockroach and its promise I
These guys are like about as prog as it gets.
I was gazing at the mirror.
Yeah, I think Haken, that's a well-deserved spot there, I think. Alright, thrash! Oh boy, there's no way you can't put Metallica in, right? The big boys of the genre, obviously going to be Metallica, number 1 spot. Number 2 and 3, I do definitely want a newer band, Power Trip. If you want straight up thrash, then it doesn't get much better than Power Trip. Oh! Dude, that's so fucking tight, man. Power Trip it is! Right, number 3 spot. This is going to be difficult. So this is basically just like any other thrash band, really. Like, take your pick. I'll just do like a blind eeny, meeny, miny, mo. For the purpose of this video, I think it's got to be Slayer. Slayer! Industrial. So, obviously, Rammstein without a doubt, right? Dude, what an iconic riff. Okay, it has to be Fear Factory, surely, for like the next one. Yeah, this is obviously going to be Fear Factory, right? Third spot, not really sure. Might have to be Strapping Out Loud. A bit more sort of crossover, but the earlier stuff you could definitely make an argument for. Alright, folk. You got like the really sort of jolly, hidey hey stuff. We've also got the more serious stuff. Yeah, LUVT, I guess, are the big band in that kind of sound, right? It's just like pop rock, but with like folk instruments in the background. Whoa! It's more like it. And you got more sort of like party folk stuff. I think my favorite band of this style is definitely Fintroll. Fintroll used to be a kind of like black metal folk band, and this album is like fucking sick. I suppose we should include Ailstorm because like they're a huge band. Shut up! Right, moving on.
Sludge metal.
So at least early Mastodon. High on Fire as well. Probably the band with some of the best riffs in the business. I guess the other big example, I guess, would be I Hate God, right? Right, Melodeath, this will be a fun one. Early In Flames, man. Alright, In Flames it is. Right, for a newer band, Black Dahlia Murder. Probably the biggest of, like, this kind of sound, right? Dude, they got fucking Brad Hanonis as well, man. One of the best lead guitarists on the planet. Right, so number 3 is Children of Bodom. One of the definitive bands of this genre. One of my favorite bands of all time. Alright, it's gotta be Cop. Alright, hair metal. Let's go back to the 80s. So you've got like the really cheesy glam stuff. So like, you know, Motley Crue, Def Leppard. You also got the sort of like serious like shreddy guitar bands like Racer X, Dokken, Extreme, Motley Crue. Okay, yeah, they got lots of bangers. This riff is like solid riff. Okay, newer band. I mean, Steel Panther are a legitimately good band. Oh yeah, shit, do we just put Glam Terror in there, like, for the hell of it? Remember this one? This is a good song. Still a good album, don't care what anyone says. It's only fucking funny-ass tropes from the 80s stuff. Dokken it is! There we go. Right, pop metal. In my opinion, the bands that should be in this list are obviously Electric Callboy. The other band I had in mind, Amaranth. They're amazing songwriters. I kind of feel like Electric Callboy kind of like ripped them off a little bit. They have like a very similar sound. They have like 3 singers. They got like the female clean singer, male clean singer, and they have like a guy that does growls as well. And like Ghost pretty much are like a pop metal band by this point, right? Alright, Gothic. So one, obviously very obviously Typo Negative. The definitive goth metal band. And they sort of like trod that fine line between kind of like proggy psychedelic doom, had some punky moments. Cradle of Filth, of course. To me, that's the other obvious one. They're just sort of like a more extreme Iron Maiden with some like shrieking and stuff. Right, for the last spot, Moonspell had some cool stuff. Looks like the bad guy from like every vampire film ever. Right, Tech Death. The most obvious Tech Death choice, Necrophagist. Considering every tech death band since Necrophagist have pretty much just ripped off Necrophagist, they are deserving of the spot of like classic band in tech death. And for modern, I think there's only one band it can be, right? Of course, it's Archspire. Really the fastest band in the world. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, Obscura. Another obvious pick. I don't know how I forgot about them. Right, new metal. Alright, there's no way we're not including Slipknot. One of the most iconic, influential bands ever. Seems like the overwhelming majority of you guys saying Korn. Just love that sort of like baggy snare and like the floppy bass. Oh. So the third spot, Sode. Then Toxicity though, one of the best metal albums of all time. You can't compete with that. Alright, Symphonic. So Nightwish, I guess, is like the default pick. Wish I had an angel! Dude, I can't fucking listen to her voice. It's just horrendous. Decent songs, though. Great songwriters. All right, Epica. Actually got some pretty cool stuff. So any newer bands with this sound, and there's quite a few. Oh, Seven Spires. Alright, so here's what we do. We make a stream symphonic, and we stick these bands in there. Flesh God. I love this band to death. They're fucking sick. Dimmu. Oh yeah, Septic Flesh. Fucking sick band, man. Alright, death metal. Obviously, we have to have death. All the chuck stands are going to come at me like, what the fuck is Chuck? Where's death? Yeah. Dude, the true originators of the death metal sound. Right, a newer band. Crypto. That's the good shit right there. So for the third pick, of course, we got the classic, good old Cannibal. There we go. We have made it to our last subgenre. Alright, Jaunt. Of course, the granddaddies, the gods of gent, Meshuggah. Still the band that does it the best. And the number 2 spot, I think, undoubtedly, Periphery. Everyone just like copies that Periphery sound to death. Dude, this riff after the solo. Oh, absolutely filthy. Third spot, Animals as Leaders, of course. There we go. We fucking did it. Symphony X. I guess if we had like a neoclassical, let's just fucking add that on the end. It would be Symphony X. And of course, Yngwie. Maybe that Rata Blanca band that the South Americans are always going on about. Oh yeah, shit, Cacophony. All right, definitely for Cacophony. Whoops. Fucking hell, man. Well done, guys. So I'm going to recap all the picks. There we go.
All right, mate. Do that. Do that. Do that. Nice one.